saddle up or something. It's crypto o'clock, yeah. Wandering these pixel prairies, hunting Bitcoin ghosts. Double dips and bull traps, who even knows? Who knows? Stumbled on Road Dawg's den, charts glowing dim, nightly at 10:30, where the weirdos swim. Harmonics, whisper secrets, risk games so quaint. Meme coins, leaping fences in this digital paint. Bitcoin and Jesus croons from the speakers low, while coins whimpering softly, putting on a show. So poke that like if you're bored, join the dog parade. Super chat your nonsense, make the chat cascade. Member up for the shimmer, alpha drip so slow. Subscribe but don't, whatever, let the boredom go. Oh, rounding up the oddballs in this crypto charade. Road Dawg Crypto, yeah, where plans get unmade. Plans unmade. Tunes like Buy Me a Vet, dripping honey, sweet road and kudo, twirling on Solana Street. Chart school doodle signs, giggles in the grind, rants on governments, fading chats on weed, unwind. Mystical mumbo jumbo flare that's half asleep. Degens and misfits clustering, secrets they don't keep. Off-kilter guitars stack. Hover on the edge, super chat your plea. Member keys to nowhere, join the apathy. Like spark a tiny flame, crowd swell so mild in this dog days round. I feel vaguely beguiled. Ooh, poke that like if you're bored, join the dog parade. Super chat your nonsense, make the chat cascade. Member up for the shimmer, alpha drip so slow. Subscriber don't, whatever, let the boredom go. Poke that like if you're bored, join the dog parade. Still bored, super chat your nonsense, make the chat cascade. Member up for the shimmer, alpha drip slow. Dum 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 dum. Yeah, Road Dawg or something. Woke up to a green candle, thought it was Christmas morn.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Check my phone at the bus stop,
ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for the
portfolio
turkey.
reborn. Mom said, put it in premium bond. I said, Mom, you're adorable. Now I'm refreshing charts in the loo, feeling deplorable. Yeah, brilliant. They said, just hold, darling. The moon is on its way, but the moon's got a mortgage and it's late on the pay. 'Cause the bull run is a fairy tale. Once upon a time, then they rang the closing bell. Big hands in the castle, small hands in the well. The bull run is a fairy
Here we
tale.
go, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to
Hold on
hell.
to your seats. Try
Tambourine
not to
hit
get
plus
dumped.
faint, oi?
Or buck off the saddle, if you will.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
So I'm sitting around today and just kind of watching my screens over here. And I'm like, well, trying to do something productive, but nothing productive is being done except just watching price action over here. So I thought, well, we'll just go live again. I mean, could have done something, I guess, over in the YouTube membership, could have done something over in the group, but we're really set up to go live. So here we are, and from where we went live this morning, which not usual for me to do, but have been for the last couple of days here, early in the wee hours of the morning, if you will. This is the little target area we're looking for some reaction while the market was doing crazy whiplash action. This is the 1 minute time frame, okay? Just for context for you degens out here, this is the 1 minute time frame, and this is what it looked like all morning here. I think by the time we were out finishing our stream, we were coming out of the box, maybe below this. And looking at this big major trend line is the main thing I'm looking for here. I was saying, maybe it'd be cool if we come down to this area right here and bounce off a bit. We came closer, but still didn't quite touch it. But I guess that's close enough for cigars. And we threw up our price area over here. And this is the first target that I gave us. Then this is the area of interest that we want for our first target area, the 382 Fibonacci pull from our high right over here to our low, with a secondary target being right over here at 92,500. Well, we haven't met that one yet, but I think you can say that we pretty much got this. Now, this was the wee morning of the hours over here before we even hit this area. After the stream, I just kind of checked out to see what some of the other more major, bigger YouTubers over here were doing, and sure enough, they were shorting support again, and that's one of the best bottom signals I've seen, is the flags to the downside shorting support plays that typically go on. And I think that I hear those words of wisdom starting to creep in on this person, and I'm like, well, it's about damn time. Hell, after you've been teaching everybody what you've been teaching. Here we are, higher lows, higher highs. And this Ichimoku cloud that's sucking us into it, we looked at that this morning too. Overall, we're looking pretty good, and we went over this morning too, zooming out. This is the bottom of our trend line here. We respected that guy. And we respected him very well here, and that can lead to, well, some goodies. I don't think this is the exact chart we were looking at this morning, but can we get it? Oh, here was another argument over here where we slipped out. You slipped out of it, man. Let me carry this little guy over here to start touching some of these. We got it on candle bodies there. My other ones have been touching the wick. But let's just go with the candle bodies ideas and see how we doing over here. It's still very valid trend line over here, and you can see that we caught these candle bodies under here too as support, right? So however you want to draw that trend line, we're on the right side of it, in my personal opinion. How's the audio? I've been trying to get this kind of muffled sound out of my audio. It sounds kind of muddy to me when I play it back. So I'm playing with that right now at the moment. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to do a little adjustment here on some of these guys. You try to get out some of the breaths and things like that, and compromises some other things on the audio. You start sounding like a muddled, muffy group. Which, by the way, I learned how to do chat by watching some YouTubers today. I was like picking up some little pointers up here, and I found that you hide the chat over here where you can't see it, and then kind of read it, but mumble your way through it. Seems to be what the algorithm likes. So let me do that and say hello to everybody. Yeah, live now the 10:37 pool all concepts. Yeah, exactly. And so if I do that a little bit more often, the algorithm I think will like it. How's it going, everybody? All right, we got Soul. How's it going, Soul? Good to see you here. Always good to see you. Ave Medina. We got Dave P in the house. We got 4 people hanging out right now. Small but tight-knit community here. Haven Peck. How's it going, Haven? Good to see you, my friend. So I took profits 50% and long Soul with it. Oh, you were doing earlier this morning. You were doing Ethereum, right? Let's come down to a more degen time frame. Well, not as degen as the 1 minute, but let's take a look at the hourly here. Here at hourly on Bitcoin, we're at $91,131 over here. I think that constitutes an amazing. That's amazing. Trying to see what we can see over here. I need a nice clean chart. This is the one that I kind of play with a lot of times over here. on the old CoinX chart. Coming over to the 6 minute. 6 minute time frame. What we got going on over here? 200 moving average. We're above it. 50 crossing the 200. That's our golden cross. 100 probably going to cross soon. That happens 2/3 of the time. You got a chance for a pullback, especially since we did a lower high double top here at our 600, 800, and 360 moving averages, which are flip bearish, by the way. I would be expecting a little bit of a pullback here about any time. We got a trend line. Break that little guy. Man, I hope we need this area right here at 90,009 to hold for real. Breaking below that could open up back down to 90,000 again to retest these guys. That would kind of suck. Well, not really. That'd be kind of healthy price action. It looks to me, if we're trying to do like Elliott wave count, and we just kind of go over the basics and everything, but you got a nice start for a 1, a 2. I believe that can still count, right? You can still be the same area there, right? And hopefully a 3 and then a 4 that cannot overlap this area. So if we can do that, we can get a nice, hopefully another nice move up as we're starting to hopefully turn around a little bit. I'm all for turnarounds. We did a double bottom right over here at that area. I'm going to pull up my Fibonacci's. So I really want to see what happens here at the 382. That doesn't mean it always has to bounce there, but if it's a lot of times when they're starting out from these guys, you know, it's starting a bottom, we got a double bottom of some sorts, and we're trying to do our little flag to the upside or whatever. That first instance there when we first break our higher highs and come back, so a lot of times you will see that 382 be the one, and that can give us a nice little measure move over here to this area about 92.3 and even 92,900 right up to this target area here. So that would be nice, but you also got the idea of coming back and actually touching this area over here, and that'd be the 0.5 Fibonacci area that would take care of that. And that's also where you got the bulk of your moving averages accumulating right now, and so that one's starting to look a little bit more of interest to me. And depending on where we do pull back after we do make some kind of double top, even though there might be a bigger double top or some situation forming over here, kind of gives us a little hint of you know what our next level could be with our Fibonacci's. Looking for things that we call harmonics. But until we lose our trend line, not really much to worry about. We've even got a little bit more wiggle room right there. So again, I erased my fibs too early, I guess. So far, we've been holding this 382 level right here, wicking below it some, but holding it. And if we find ourselves going higher over here, I'll be checking out this area over here. We have already got marked about 91.7. Just the best way I found to explain how to interpret that, if we're just bouncing off here, not touching the 382, but we bounce off of this area when you got a fib pull, just means that our top's not in yet. We still got a little higher to go before we figure things out. And it could be, you know, we come up that area and then we come back down to our 382, something like that. But overall, just with our price structure, what we got going on right here, breaking out of that, it's common to actually retest that area before bouncing up. Might be what we look at, might not be what we look at. Do have this trend line idea here too, so a little support might be going on there. Happy to take it wherever we get support to make the Bitcoin number go up, but we start getting into some more high resistance at 91.8 and even up here about 92.2 in those areas. That's going to be a little bit more choppier. Meanwhile, we did have a higher target after I ever find that chart that this is it. The 92.5 region for the swing high to swing low, those are our main target areas, and this was our little bounce area we identified today. Got a little bit below it, she did, but hey man, she met our little check boxes here to try to do something to the upside. I'm happy to see that it actually did. Maybe we took care of this guy here too. We'll go ahead and take this little guy off. 886 retracement. I believe we might have escaped that one now. We're gonna tweak on my trend lines. And so if we're at a bottom of some kind of channel idea, well, we need to be finding out where the top of that channel idea is going to be, right? And highest peak we got could actually take us over to these areas 95. Just saying. Sounds kind of crazy now, but just how it happens, you know. Still headwinds above, a lot of resistance right here with our moving average. We already talked about that. They are flipping negative here, so we got to fight through some of that stuff. Still a lot of fun and games as we go into crypto weekend. 3 people hanging out with me. How we doing, people? We're doing all right today. Mumble works. Mum's the word. Obviously, support this 100% crowdfunded show. Get a good and easy to use hardware wallet. Code DAWG. Save 10% off purchase. Tangem.com. Also, I guess it's just fair for us to go over our sponsors, which is Good Ass Coffee.
The morning's gray, the clocks are full, the world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow, good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
And we're back. Dave P says, can we look at Linea? Why, sure, Dave. Let's take a look at Linea. Here's at 0.0076 right now. Let's zoom out. This is a 6-minute time frame. I got a feeling that my voice still sounds muffled. I still haven't got this sound thing quite figured out here just yet. All right, this is the daily. What happened to you? Holy crap, shoot. This is it? This is... Let me bring that back up here. Road Dawg Crypto is sponsored by GAC, Good Ass Coffee. The coffee is good and ass at the same time. Yeah, this is the right Linea. Well, unfortunately, it looks like so many altcoins. Sad is one of the adjectives that comes to mind. Sad, depressing, almost dead. They poked me with a stick. I've noticed that I was flipping through YouTube and I saw Sin City Crypto earlier today, right? And it was like bashing altcoin day or something. I think it's a good reflection of the sentiment in the market. People were just hating on altcoins. Like, it didn't do nothing. It's a piece of crap. Let's talk that one out. Strike this one from my list. This one I don't want anything to do with. This one sucked. And we just get all this, getting a lot of this altcoin hate going on right now. I think it's kind of interesting. Of course, I feel some of it too on myself. You know, like, I don't want this one. And unfortunately, a lot of those coins look a lot like this one, where they just keep trailing down against the dollar. The dollar is kicking their asses over time, over the past. Well, it's just been the past. This chart should be older, but is that true? Just in the past couple of months, it's dropped from 2.5 cents to. Ooh, that's a big ass drop there. Let's see if we can get more price history here, Linea. Here we go. Wow, how? Been a minute since we looked at this guy, hasn't it? Well, that was October of this year. Linea's been out for a while. What happened? Wait a minute. Something's not. This is Binance. Oh, let's MEXC. How about you, MEXC? No? All right. Well, whatever. We'll go back to Binance chart. I thought Linea had been out for a while. Well, it looks like we're at an 886 fib. Perfectly at the 886. That 886 was taken from this wick low up to this candle body top right there. So if she's going to do something, she needs to do it here, is all I'm saying. And so this probably the more conservative, meaning probably the smarter move would be to wait till you get some confirmation of a breakout, which you may be getting here soon. I'm on the daily and I'm tracking the top of these candle bodies, and it may be trying to break out. So here on the daily, and like this is the much bigger time frame, but if you get a candle that breaks solidly above our trend lines, that's one of our first little trigger ideas to look for. Getting above the 9 daily moving average, especially after breaking out of a trend line like that, that's definitely an entry trigger. That 9 moving average is coming in at 0.00827 right now. You're at 0.0076 at the moment, but if it got that, you would be more assured that the price is likely to go up rather than hang sideways and continue down. So those are just some basic trading ideas on what we got over here. See what else we got going on over here too. Oh, that's old news. That broke out, went sideways and then down. That sucks when it happens, but it does happen. So you got an 886 fib area where we're at right now, which apparently I erased. And technically that gives us some interesting targets to go with right here. Oh, somebody's been messing with my sound over here too. Okay. Maybe that's why it sounds weird when I play it back on stream at night. Let's try that again right there. Okay, so 886 Fibonacci retracement, 236 Fibonacci area, and anywhere under here, according to the bigger picture of things, is accumulation zone under 1.2 cents. Of course, you can scale that down to where we are now, and it brings it down to about 0.009. So anywhere under a penny, still a pretty good place to accumulate this if you want to try to rock this one's world. If it's going to have anything to do, I mean, go up, I don't know. All we know is there's a possibility of it coming down and going through a long accumulation, and that could carry on into, you know, the beginning of 2026 and this Q1 of 2026 if we're rounding out over here. So you'd want to keep that idea in mind, because we kind of followed this kind of trajectory, and unless we just spike up to meet these guys, right, which we probably will. A lot of times there's like a little harmonic butt crack up here. Sometimes, not every time, but somewhere in the middle you get something like, you know, some kind of M shape, and then we start going to our expansion shape. This is contraction, and then we start expanding, right, on these rounded bottoms. And this starts to be in the fun phase, but that's not coming until like Q1. So it would take some patience and conviction on Linea. And so for that's where we come in over and try to learn something about the project itself. And seems like it was okay. Was it like a layer 2 or something like that? I can't remember. So many coins now. It's got maximum supply is 72 billion. That's kind of, that's not my favorite when they get into the billions. Circulating supply is 15 billion, and in my personal opinion, well, that's about, you know, 14 billion too many. Unlocked market cap, let's see, market cap is 117 million. So a good point is that you can buy a lot for a little, but is it worth it? Building the layer 2 where Ethereum wins, so it's a layer 2. That's what I thought. It should be that chart should go back further. That chart should go way back further. Did they just kick off a token or something in 2020 here in September? They've been around for a while. Did they just not have a token? I guess they didn't need one, so why do you need one now? Here's the unlock schedule. So we got, I think we're right here in this phase. So this early in the unlocks, still more unlocks to come. So my biggest thing to complain about would be the tokenomics of it. I'm not a big fan of the tokenomics because it's going to take more money to come in just to maintain the little price that it's having trouble maintaining so far. So I like them that have a lot smaller on the tokenomics, and I think this one was created at the time when it was just in fashion to go with them big old billions of numbers, and they're gonna have to do a lot of burns or something. But it is at a bottom pivot point right now, one of the deepest retracements. If you're looking for a slow accumulation, 10 people hanging out. Well, bless your little hearts for being here.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you
Why,
very much.
shucks, darling, I was getting ready to wrap it up. For some reason, it's not telling me how long I've been going live anymore here on my screen. I don't know why that is. I always found that helpful. Now I'm going to be waking up to a 3-hour stream unless I really rely on these clocks I've got here, timers. Let me come back over to the chat. Haven says, I bought 97K, 97,000 Pingu and longed at 30X on Chronos entry at a penny. Haven going crazy over here. What are we doing? Oh, well, you're up 10%, right? It's at 0.011 right now. Even on a dip on a daily. What are we doing over here? What was that? I've got a circle over here like it means something important. Back in the day, that was back in November. Oh, we're drawing attention to something. Losing that would suck. More than likely is what we're talking about. Which apparently it did. Sucky thucked. Let's see what we got going on here. But clearly that never happened. We never did. We lost that trend line. Pingu. We had the wick, which makes everything tricky AF. Spears crossed there. What is that, 0.013? We nicked that about 3 days ago. We got up there and touched that one. Let's see, she's pulling back here on the daily, testing the 21 moving average. Let's go down to the 4 hour now. Still in a downward trend there, but that was okay. She may move down and touch that at some point. Let's see what else we got going on here. You lost that trend line, so that's pretty solid. Bounced off the 618. That's nice. That's nice. See if we can get 0.0133. 137. So I still got this area as a target, and there's a couple of areas still higher over there. So if we got bottom here, that's awesome. Short-term time frame. You said you're 30x, so you're probably not looking for a major target. 11,389. That's kind of our accumulation area that we need to come up to. But first one, I got 11,786 and 1242. From here to that first target, what would that look like? Well, that's a good 6%, and shoot, that's a lot on 30x. 30 times 6 was that 180% to get up to the first target, and that's the 21 moving average here too. This is on the 4 hour, by the way, and you're probably on a much smaller time frame. So let's come down to the smaller time frames and see what's going on over here. Nice little breakout. Looks like a possible retest of it. That's kind of cool. Wick down for the retest, breakout, okay, yeah. That looks pretty juicy to me right there. That target right there, especially short term. From where we are up to there. If I can get the right one. There we are. 5%, and then right at 11% to that second target. We'll take a picture of this little guy, post it over into the trading group. This is Pingu on the 15-minute. Dave P says, thanks, Road Dawg. Dougie Style says, that sounds way better. I'm listening with headphones at work. Does it still sound muddy or whatever? I got to play it back where I can hear. I don't get a good representation in my monitors that I wear. Hey. Like Dougie Style got one of the memberships that gives you access over to the videos that I've got over into the YouTube memberships, and I do have my chart school videos over there where I break down my system of trading. The harmonic stuff isn't covered as much over there. A little bit of it, we get into it, and I've been considering putting maybe doing another class or something over there. I haven't figured out how I want to try to work this out just yet. But doing something a little bit more with Fibonacci, a little bit deeper of Fibonacci's and things like that. Trying to find a way to add a little bit more value here to the channel and to the Telegram group as we go along. One of Trading says, how are we looking on Ethereum? I feel like I missed something. Wait a minute. That was the membership. Yeah, congratulations. Thank you for helping to support the channel. I appreciate that. All right, so Ethereum, what do we got going on here? Gotta zoom out. All right. So Ethereum, this is my bigger picture overview here. Zooming out on Ethereum. This was the trend line that we lost, and it all went to hell there, right? Most likely, you turn Elliott on, it should be an ABC correction. And here was your C down here, and it's already starting another wave, but A, B, C, the C's down here. Okay, Elliott. And then I'm looking at this harmonic pattern starting from down here, which seems to complete it over here, and that seems to be on its way. And the first target for this pattern is a bullish pattern, by the way. Is 35.24, and then our next target is right around $4,000, a little bit over 4,000, 40.77 is what I've got. And while amongst doing that, also looking from this area over here at this W pattern, well, there's a bearish pattern set up there with the same target right here at $3,500. So in my personal opinion, we're headed toward $3,500, probably for a pullback there, and we may come all the way back down to these areas again. We could. Don't know if we will, but we'll have to check it out. But you know, if we get some more bearish crosses here on the moving averages, might be coming back down these areas for another W pattern, right? And making this a big, long, juicy accumulation zone before we start getting back up to these $4,000 areas, or hopefully even higher, man. 53 or 59. But for Ethereum, so far, that's what I got. This is on the much bigger time frame. Now, this is an 8-hour time frame, and I don't usually use the 8-hour time frame, but since we're here, let's look and see what it's telling us. This is the 800 moving average, and this was 660 moving average here that we got rejected off of, sandwich in between. See this happen a lot right above our W. That's a good support right there, man. So what was that, 3150? That's great support, looks like, for Ethereum. Coming down to our 4-hour, with the moving average that's at that location right now is the 50 moving average, and it crossed bullishly over the 200. So we got our golden cross, which is a traditional buy signal by our moving average strategies. So we got that, and sure as the world, it's a crazy thing, but when you get these golden crosses and things like that of these moving averages, right? And when you use it for trading with a bot, which is what I used to do, you start to know, hey man, that didn't quite work out the way. Why is that not working out? That's our buy signal, right? Trigger, we should go up. But about 2 out of 3 times, a lot of times, you got the golden cross, and this one actually went up a little bit more, right? Ethereum, I think, went up another $1,000, but then after, boom, we come down. And where did we come in touch? Well, the 50 moving average, the one that was bullishly crossing over that 200. I'm just saying, you see that happen a lot more times than you don't see it happen. And so if you're using moving averages and you kind of privy to that, well, it helps you play things a little bit more accurate, in my personal opinion here. Nice 3 touches here on a solid trend line. This is a great area to actually add to your trade. And I believe I'm going to do that. This is a 4 hour? What are you looking like on the 15? You're still close to it, right? Yeah. I've got an Ethereum trade on, and I think I'll go ahead and add to my bag there. Ethereum. Man, some of these other altcoins I was holding on to over here, I wish I had not of. They're hurting. Alright, so we're in a good place. Start heading up to 3250 or more there. So just add a little bit to my position since we're right here. We're right above this area here, retesting it or testing it at the moment. I like to add to my position if we're near a bottom of a trend line. So it's a tighter risk to reward. Lose less if we come down here and break the trend line or break the lowest low. Then for me to wait for it to get past a level and then add in, that never did make any sense to me. So Ethereum's looking kind of nice and kind of juicy in my personal opinion. Right there. Abe says, what coin are you super bullish on besides Bitcoin if the market gets a push again? Are you asking me? I don't know if I'm super bullish on anything in particular. There's some of the ones that have about 21 million, something like that. And like Bitcoin Cash would fall into that. I'm eyeballing Monero, of course, Decred, if it ever makes another comeback. But more like your Zcash and things like that. Zcash, I think, will continue to be a good play against Bitcoin. You just got to be patient with it. It's going in its little cycles and everything. But I'd like whatever's winning against Bitcoin right now. And here we go with Zcash. Now, there was a chance that it would come down to 188. And that may not happen. Let's take account to what we got here. We got angle. I'm not seeing it as being too defined there. Let's see what we got Fibonacci wise. 618. Okay. So this is the perfect setup for I mean, let's talk about Fibonacci, right? We went up, made a high, and made a double top. You could say we'd probably come down and find something a little bit more interesting here on the smaller time frames. 382. That's not as quite as pronounced there. All right, let me zoom back out to the daily here. So 618 bounce, right? It seems like it's sticking, and so far we're getting a trend line that will hopefully hold, and we can use it as our line in the sand now. And basically, I look for these things. I respect the angles after they develop like this, and just automatically assume a channel idea. Square root of that little guy over here lines up with this mathematical area right over here, which lines up really nice with that slanted line within parameters of it. So we got that too. 950 is one of the targets. Perhaps I erased that too early. All right, so 618 pullback, right? So we got a couple of things that could be happening here. What I'm looking for, if we're going to make a higher high, well, I'm looking, 837, we'll probably get a little something right there. But mostly, the higher high target I'm looking for is going to be 950. If we're going to do that. And even higher, technically, it's over here at 1035. And that's based off of this guy right here. mark that guy there. That's our 1-to-1 move right there. AB equals CD target. And then the red one being mathematically the square root. Get a lot of play out of that one. And these are pivot points. And pivot points make excellent target places to get paid, because that's an area where we should get a rejection, should get a strong rejection. At 950 and 1,030 for, what was it, Zcash? Zcash. All right. So that's if we get an AB equals CD. That would be our ideal harmonic pattern, right? But what if we go for, I don't know, what if it makes a lower high? What if it does something very kind of peculiar, which it could do, you know? One of our target areas that we look for is a 618 right here. What if she takes a more serious rejection right there? Well, then that might kind of rule out this guy and start putting one of these guys, this guy 188, back onto the program again. Because anywhere through here we might be doing a different harmonic pattern, because they can, depending on where they bounce from, you know, you could come up and do something like that. That's probably not ideal. It'd be something more in the line of this. A godly, something kind of godly, especially if it's a 618. So we pay attention to what we get on the price action, and maybe it just comes down a little bit and keeps working this little happy ass up here, and does turn into that nice AB equals CD. Until then, we got a nice little channel to kind of hope that we just, you know, we do just bounce a lot right along with. So I want to see what happens with Zcash, especially when we start getting up closer to $600 right there. Currently, I think this music's too mellow. It's making me mellow out. We're right at our very first target, 476. I think we've already kind of came into that area for Zcash. All right, so this is on the daily. Now we can zoom in a little bit and see what the smaller time frames are telling us. That looks kind of cool, strong. 360, recovered that. Nice W. Looks like we flagged off the top of it, retested that. Looking pretty good. Maybe 574 can get here a little sooner than not. That would be awesome. I'm not going to bitch about it. But that does look like a pretty thick area to go through, on up from 480 to 500 right through here. That was where there was a lot of sell pressure, it was hard for it to get past those areas right there. Doug says, what are you thinking for a top range for Bitcoin on lower time frames? I mean, you say lower time frames. I'm suggesting you're probably talking about the smaller time frames. I just got Bob Ross vibes. Happy little harmonic here. Yeah, the music's kind of doing the Bob Ross vibes on me. If you watch the show, the music influences me. It makes me act a little stupid sometimes, or too mellow. And right now I'm feeling very mellow. Probably need something to perk me up, like a little.
The morning's gray, the clock's a foe, the world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow, good as coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good as coffee in your cup.
That was our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't got your good ass coffee today, well, maybe you need to go get some. That is one sexy double bottom, if I gotta say, or is it a nice pair of boobies? I haven't really figured that out, but if this is a neckline, then I'm going to go with boobies all day long. And that's my 2 Satoshis on it. Let's take a look at our altcoins. How you doing over here, altcoins? Look at you, Zcash at $463, you little naughty minx, you. However, on the daily, for most of our altcoins, still down 2 to 3%. You guys suck. What's up with that, altcoins? I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Look at our winners and our losers in the top 300 over here, and Zcash taking the top there. XCN's been getting a little bit of play, but it's still around its half penny area. It hasn't really changed that in a while. MYX Binance, about $3. Not bad. Monero's hanging in there at 400. Not too bad. That's also another one that I've got my eye on. So I want to take a look at Monero here, but I want to take a look at it against Bitcoin. And we did this a few weeks ago, and really, at this point in the game, you should be doing this with all the coins. And why play anything unless it's going to have a chance to win against Bitcoin? Now, here we are on the daily for Monero. And just looking at these bigger moving averages, the 800, see the 360 starting to close in on that, and cross is coming, should be coming. 200 already crossed bullishly over it, so it's the 100. We're getting a ribbon flip over here. So all this happened, this is back in third week of October there. And it's had a nice little come up against Bitcoin. So what was that all the way? 70% gains against Bitcoin to the top there, and to where we are now, 53% gains. So 50% of your more Bitcoin, like if you bought one Bitcoin worth, which is crazy to say, but let's just say hypothetically, if you bought one Bitcoin's worth, you would have 1.5 Bitcoin's worth. So, which is not hard. That's not easy to do. It's not easy to grow that Bitcoin. I've been trying to do it for the past 4 years. It's hard. It's easier to lose it with stupid things, especially put them into altcoins. Well, let's talk about Bitcoin and leverage into some altcoins. That'll grow it. In 2017, not in 2025, unfortunately. We've got some expansion going on right here. So I like this one overall. We've got triple bottom pattern forming here. Kind of zoom out because that's really what we should do anyway. This was our high in 2023. I guess we'll just use it to be a little bit more sensible. First target there has been hit. So was this XMR Monero? You're what, $400, and you're saying you kind of already hit your target with Bitcoin, unless you're trying to go up higher. Is that feasible? Or we're at a 200 moving average here on the weekly, and we got a rejection candle, but you are above it. That's tricky. So trying to figure out if Monero is trying to break out of this zone without coming back to retest it. I would think you would come back and retest this before you would go higher. That's what I would look for, and normally what we see in most price action. No reason for this to be any different unless it's just going to be different. We got a trend line for support here. Maybe a little pullback here. The 9 moving average. It's looking strong, but it's a little too high right now, Bitcoin wise. But if you're in Monero, you could definitely take some profit into Bitcoin, and yeah, it did have a nice little come up. Let's see. I don't see an entry right now, but I want something that's going to gain against Bitcoin. Basically, is what I like. Hey, then give us another membership, and Ashley got one. Ashley, congratulations. I will never forgive or forget. Crypto is my life, says Haven. Thank you so much, Haven. I appreciate that. I think we got the hand clappies over here. There's Soul. How's it going, Soul? Well, I haven't noticed the bit rate giving me any problem on this stream. I did notice it last time. I've been trying to play around with this, see if we can get it straightened out here. Hopefully we're trying to get this stream in order. 8 people hanging out. And we've taken a look at Bitcoin. And how are you looking, Bitcoin? Let's come and do a little follow-up over here. Still trugging along. So this was the target that we put out early this morning. Some of the morning gurus were, playing shorts and everything down here. We were taking a totally different approach. So all I'm trying to say, if you're, if you're trying something that's not working and it's the same little model and system that, hang out with us, learn something different. 92,500 is our next target that we are trying to move up to. That's our 618. I would expect a more serious pullback there. We may come back down to the areas that we're just leaving again, or lower. We have to see what's going on there. But nice little the rounding scallop pattern over here. The rounding reminds me of a Roman bridge. That's what I kind of refer to it. It's one of my little favorite bottom patterns, actually. I like it when they round over like that. This one made a lower low instead of a higher low. There's some variations over there. Thomas Bukowski actually talks about this pattern a little bit too. That was an outlier. I don't think he has it as one of his main double bottom patterns, but it's a type of double bottom, a type of W. All this stuff is kind of basic. They just try to make it more complicated to sell you more courses with funny terms. What's that? What's the SPR? What's that stand for? Well, buy my $500 course and find out. Okay. Apparently, the real moolah made on in crypto is made from selling courses and memberships and trading groups in there. Nice, solid trend line right there. Can't bitch about that at all. Still, even here on the 6-minute time frame, these moving averages, they gotta flip bullish. I mean, down here is good. The smaller ones are, but the bigger ones, I mean, they just recently flipped bearish. So I wouldn't expect, and we are going into the weekend, so I wouldn't expect amazing returns from this, but what we would hope for is to at least come up. What would be great is if we could just knock out. If we could come back and just make a higher high, man. Maybe if we can actually come up to this $95,000 target, actually hit that little guy. That would be more bullish than not, but because we made a lower low here, and it's only fair that we take out a higher high. Anything less than that kind of puts these guys back on the table, these lower areas down here that we don't really want to talk about right now since we're having such a nice day, right? Maybe the person going short over here would like these targets, but a little too early for that. So 92.5 is kind of what you're muffling out on me. The sound's starting to sound funny in my ears now. 7 people hanging out and it still sounds funny. Why? I think it's my monitors, isn't it? Yeah, that's my monitor. May have to get some more monitors. That sucks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out. We've been going for I don't know how long because, like, gosh darn it, my little timer's not on YouTube anymore. But we're starting to press up to the second target that we gave today, the 618 Fibonacci from swing high to swing low. Having a good day where price is actually doing what we, exactly as predicted. And maybe we'll keep it up. But I would expect some stronger resistance here and a little bit of a pullback. It's just what we do. At some point, I mean, usually when you get a W like this, you go up so much and then you pull back and retest those areas. So coming back to 90 something. Wow, look at you go. Bitcoin, you doing it right now, ain't you? Man, I'm glad I didn't call no short this morning. Look at you. I'm glad we called for you. Should we stay until we hit the... like you're going to hit it right now. You might hit it, and then again, it might just start fiddling out and make us wait like 3 hours until it finally gets up there and goes, got it. Are we going to get a nailed it here on stream? That would be nice. I'm on the... should we go to the 10-second chart? The 10-second chart here. Oh, we got to go to the Coleco screen. That's only fair. All right, I gotta be careful with the music over here. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I may not be able to do this one right now. Oh, it's good ass coffee. It went crazy again.
The morning's gray. The clock's...
All right, so apparently before we log off today, I don't know that we're going to actually be able to say nailed it at this target, but she made fumble around here a little bit and actually try to get up there. But I would expect some stronger rejection over here. And what am I listening to? These areas. There we are. Oh, are you trying to go now? Well, jolly good. We're on the 10-second time frame here. Well, you didn't even touch that. Look at you. I'll give you a few seconds here. Can you do it? But nah, we only got 4 people hanging out. All right, thank you everybody for hanging out. Maybe we'll come back tonight and go get it. Go get it. Maybe we'll come back tonight and Bitcoin might be back around closer to 90,000 than not. I don't know, but this is a good area to take a little profitos. I will. Need to. Better. Should. See you guys tonight. End screen now. Go get it, Bitcoin. You can do it. Go get it. We'll give you something for inspiration here, Bitcoin.
Started in the trailer, bill stacked to the roof. Bitcoin was a whisper, but I heard the truth.
One cold winter night, cut the orange by $10 in the wallet, didn't know why. From the coal mine dust to the digital gold, Bitcoin changed my life. Now the story's told.
Bitcoin changed my life. From the dirt to the sky, one cent at a time.
Motorboat, motorboat, motorboat. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin changed my life.
You're going the wrong way, my friend.
Past every block of promise, every tea.
Heaven is above you.
Bitcoin changed my life. In the light we stand.
There you go, Bitcoin. I knew you weren't gay.
Paid the kids' braces, bought the wife a ring. No more overtime, no more broken spring. From the food stamp line to
Why are you freezing, Bitcoin? Go ahead and make your move.
Neighbors call it crazy, but
You're like a deer in the headlights. You're staring right at them and you can't go. Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. You had to catch your breath, didn't you? Go ahead.
Bitcoin's a promise.
Tell me if they're real or not.
Every voice together, every hand in hand.
Oh, look at you. Oh my goodness. We've touched boob. We've made booby contact. Not just once, had to go do it again. It was so good. 2 candles. Just laying those wicks right. Oh! I think we pierced the implant, ladies and gentlemen. We may have some leakage going on here. That candle went right through that. I am so sorry, honey. I didn't know. I'm sorry. We're going to have to take her to emergency surgery. That she's leaking goo, silicone everywhere. My bad. Sorry. Oh, now you feel bad about it, don't you? See you tonight about 10:30ish unless I fall asleep again. Then it'll be later. Until then, let's go get them targets, baby. Let's go nail it. Woohoo! We got lucky today. That was awesome. Oh, look, the rejection. And is the rejection coming? Is the rejection here? Oh, the rejection. Oh, man, I forgot to get paid. Oh, go get paid. I forgot to get paid. Get paid. We got to go to our Arbit thing over here and get paid. I don't want to cancel. I don't want to close it all. I just want to close like half of it. Can we close? Can I do it over here? I wouldn't do it on my phone. Yay! So we closed half of that trade over here. Yay! It's been hard to grow this damn account. I'm just saying. NVIDIA, you did me wrong, NVIDIA. You went down today, NVIDIA. You did me dirty, NVIDIA. See you guys tonight. Thanks for hanging out.